Yo, it's the Black King, and welcome back. Welcome back to the Black King Plays Final Fantasy IV. And you know what? I realized something, though. I actually have been putting this as the rehashing, and I accidentally put down 22 twice. Well, I've corrected that since then. It took me a while to actually get all that done, but I did do that. And at this point, I mean, because it was just a way to catch up. We already catched up, and we're past that. So it's no longer the rehashing. It's just going to be a regular show. Because, I'm going to recorrect that too once I go through it all. But it's just, the rehashing is just a thing for me to catch up. So, anyway, welcome back. Welcome back to Black King Plays Final Fantasy IV, and I think I already said that twice. I think I just said that twice, but anyway, I believe, let's see. I'm gonna go down the list here. I think we're on, definitely, we're on 25. Okay, so, by Minecraft, I've done another video, and, you know, it'll be out soon. As a matter of fact, I'll be right back after these messages, and I'll meet you in the game. And, I've also been putting a little bit more time into this video. I actually, even since then, I've also done a little bit more off screen on Minecraft. Because, I don't show everything off on Minecraft. But, anyway, so in this episode, let me think here. Last time, I think we went and got some things done. We bought Baggin, and we picked up Sid. No, not Sid Highwind. But they say there's always a Sid in every game. Well, so far I haven't found that to be true. Of the beloved series, now I don't mean like beloved series of the whole Final Fantasy franchise. But, like, okay, there's a lot of Final Fantasies I don't really like, but it's not really anything against them. It's just, don't get me wrong. There's some new games that I'm interested in, but then there's games that, like, all right, when the Final Fantasy just keeps on going on and on, it's not even about that. It's just like it doesn't even seem like it's Final Fantasy anymore because you can't even get access to an airship. You don't even explore the world like you could back in the old days. And that's what it meant to play Final Fantasy VII. Or not Final Fantasy VII, but any Final Fantasy game. So, with our airship now, and we're going to move around. Let's think here. We don't need to do anything. Do we need any healing at this point? No. I'm not even sure what we're supposed to be doing. I think we're supposed to be going after the last crystal, but there's actually more to this game besides that. Would you believe it or not? This is actually the first game ever uniquely postponed in history to bit more. Because after you do 4 crystals in the main storyline, it doesn't really end, but it doesn't really continue on more. There's more, like in this game, but you'll know what I mean when we go through it. I don't want to spoil it too much, but there you have it. I don't think we need to do any upgrading, so we're just going to go on. And don't ask me where it's at because it'll take me a bit. Okay, I do not remember this area. Oh. Yeah. If memory serves, I think we also... Well... You might notice something around here. There's somebody moving around. I wonder why. Hang on. The great fire killed everyone. The women and children. The skilled summoners. Now, many people say that this is Rydia's house. I have not a clue. And I think this is Rydia's house. I don't know. I know that there's one where you can go inside the. Yeah. Don't ask me. I mean, it could be right. It could be wrong. I have no idea. But either way, clothes are useless at this point. But tiara is useful. So yeah. Yeah. So that's about all we can do here. Like I said, I scaled this back to at least one video because I'm trying to get through Final Fantasy VII, but even that I've taken a break. As I've been working on a bunch of stuff, I've been really super busy. You would not believe how busy I have been in real life. Alright, here we go. It's so desolate. Desolate. I guess. Yeah, we got a bomb there, but anyway, that's not the point. Rumor has it that a mighty summon rests beneath Baron. Supposedly, it can kill with a single blow. That's a hint to something, and you actually don't have to come here to even find that out. But just so you know, it refers to something that we can't get access to right at the moment anyway. I've already shown that. Here's the end. There's Hemingway again. I'm not going to talk to him again. It's just the same old dialogue. You know how it is every single time you want to change your name. And then you know how it is. I'm like, no, I don't want to change my name and all that kind of junk. I just don't want to keep redoing it every time I see him. Redoing, haha. The creatures called the Summoners come from the land of summons, which exists deep under the ground. They do? Well, let's see what these guys got. Oh. Well, okay. Bard. Not that useful. I usually like to own things with one item of each, but our inventory is about practically full anyway. So, but clothes are useless anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I sell them or get rid of them. It's very rare to find a big chocobo, so I don't know where to bend that. So let's talk to this guy and see what we got here. A whip and dancing, which is actually a dagger, if you can't tell. See, I can see it, but you probably can't. Like, I notice, like, people will say, like, is that something in the distance? And they can see that. Like, sometimes I'll even say it too, and you probably can't see it either. Like, when you actually watch the video, and it's like, yeah. Nobody knows what the hell we're talking about until we actually get up to that point. It's like, oh, well, you know. Yeah, just 2 more bombs there, so. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't get us to the other side. But it's also good, too, because then we would lose access to this. And there have been rumors, well, for the past, they passed away. It looks like I'm lying about it, but I'm not. There was actually a one time, believe it or not, they were talking about how you can get easily stuck, you know, and it was like a glitch or something. I don't know. That's how they were talking about. Many games had suffered that. I have never had that kind of problem. I believe I've actually had the problem where I actually got stuck where I couldn't find an airship, but other than that, I mean, you know, I've never really had such a problem where the game is really glitchy. And there's a lot of glitches that'll talk about how, you know, this and that, and they were like good glitches. I mean, it really didn't mess up the game. It didn't really, you weren't cheating or nothing. You were just, you know, that. Jeez. I would land here, but there's a problem with that. So, because we can't cross the river. And I don't think we can find a chocobo here. I know we can cross the bridge. Oh boy. And then there's battles. This, unfortunately, I don't think we can ever get into, but not that it matters because it's nothing. There's nothing really there important. If I remember correctly, this forest right here is important. And I don't know if it's... Yeah, it's important enough in the game. I just realized because this right here is coming up, so... But either way, let's find a place and land. And, as per usual, save. And if you can't tell, I have to save on a slot 2 because my slot 1 is full. But it doesn't really matter anyway because I like the idea that you can actually save on more than one slot. Or more than one memory card. The bad thing about it is that when it comes to emulation, is the fact that you can only save up on two memory cards. Which ultimately means you actually have to, you know, wind up deleting a game. Or not really a game, but a save file. Which if you don't mind sacrificing one you've already beaten, you can beat again. I would suggest one that you can beat easily enough that you don't have any problems getting through. That's just a suggestion. Or go through and whatever. So what we're going to do is, you know, I'm not going to try to fight anything, but I know that there's going to be battles. Nah, these are not new. That, what the heck, we'll show them off. It's important to get rid of the Panther. The Panther isn't the new one. I don't think Stingrays are new, but whatever. I mean, they could be. I don't remember. Yeah, I definitely say get rid of these as fast as you can, because you look at how much damage they're doing to us. I like how Yang's the only one that doesn't have, it's not getting as much damage as the rest of us. And actually, it's not because of the equipment. Oddly enough, it's not because of the equipment. The equipment actually has nothing to do with it. It's pretty piss poor at this point. But even so, I mean, when we first had him, we were having trouble with him, and he was getting constantly attacked. Now, you'd think it would be because of the equipment. That might have been true for other versions of this game, but apparently in this one, I've seen so far, because without the equipment, I believe, I'm not mistaken, he was able to withstand it. I don't know. I think, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Either way, it doesn't really matter, because at least we're able to make it. Oh, boy. Okay, so we'll be back after these messages. Now, let's see. The alarms are very important at this point in the game. And I wouldn't sell them. There are those things I would sell because, well, room, and two, because, unless you can find a chocobo. But there's not much point putting in there. It's like things you're never going to use. Like, I've done that where I put the, and even that can get full. And it does, it gets full. You have to wind up trading off stuff or whatever. But either way. What was I talking about now? Alright. You know, Cecil's original equipment, which, or Cecil's, whatever. Cecil's, I mean, as I call him. All his dark equipment I would put in there. But it just sat in there. So really, this will be the first time, well, not in this video, but obviously, if you can't tell, that I've ever actually had to sell off his equipment. I actually waited until I got to a fat chocobo and I deposited it all. In this version, I actually had to give it up. I don't usually like to, but it really doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything anyway. It's just like, all you're doing is you're losing the equipment forever anyway. So, and there's no one, and even if you kept it, there's no one that's going to equip it. Even if you take into the account another character that's going to be coming back to join us at some point, and I don't mean Rosa. Yeah, well, he doesn't even equip it because, well, I'll go more over that later. Oh, here's a new enemy right here. And I was wrong, by the way. It's important to level up at this point. I mean, get as much as you can into it. You don't have to level up too much, but enough to make a difference. Treant is new, and so is Cannonball. I'm guessing the Cannonball is the flower back there. Yeah, because I would just kill a tree that's called Treant, so yeah. Yeah, you want to take out these guys fast. You might be wondering why I'm not using any spells, because I don't know if I'm supposed to use spells right away or not. That's annoying. But at least we took them out. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't worry about whether or not Cecil actually levels up to the point that he actually might get anything, supposedly. But no. Yeah, but anyway, what I mean is, by supposedly, you'd think there'll be a bit more. Once you reach the limit of how much can be done, that's it. You can go to the farthest level in the entire game. It might take you several hours. It's going to take you several hours anyway. But anyway, to the maximum level, and you still get no more. And here's another thing. Keep tents on hand. At least until cabins become more and more. Because see, when it comes to the point that we actually have to rely on cabins more, that's when when you should sell them. And this is actually one of the unique games that actually does that. I think there's like a few others that have cabins, but this happens to be one of them that kind of sets out the mirage where, and I wouldn't worry about it in any other version but this one right here because of how much room you have. Plus it saves you on space. But for right now, at this point, I'm not going to sell them. And I wouldn't recommend you either do that until it becomes the point that it'll be evident when you can tell that. Because in this game, believe it or not, if you use a tent in this game, it says it restores HP and MP. Well, when it does so much amount, that's when you'll know that it only does it sleeps just like a cabin, but it looks differently. And I would keep one in the fat chocobo in case you ever want to know what it's like, or at least the maximum amount. That way you can have that way you can go you're going I don't remember what it was like. Because sometimes you can do that, or just wait until you start the game over. Because this game can be easy enough. There's still enough hard enough challenges you got to go through that are not easy. And I don't care who you are. If you like that, then Well, either way, it's not to say that the game's bad. No. Whether it can't be enjoyable in other areas, it's just anyway. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do some more. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Yang leveled up, I think, last time, so out that battle. It may not mean much to level up Tella because, I would definitely recommend leveling him up because the whole idea that, he's more useful at this point. I wouldn't bother maxing him out either, though. But, again, it's a good idea to equip him up with some good upgrades. But always make sure that at some point that you unequip him. You could, maybe equip it, but there's, good gear like that, and you'd be, a long time before you can even get that. So, it's a good idea to always, do that. Plus, you can also take it and sell it in case you're low on cash. Or gil in this game is called. Anyway. I'll see you at the castle. Alright, so we got a new enemy here. A python. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there was two of those sing rats in this battle, just in case you're wondering who the other enemy was. That's not a fight. Cecil leveled up. Sed leveled up. Okay, that's not bad. I actually had to get a chocobo. I thought that there was a bridge over here to cross, so I got a chocobo. That's all you missed. The unfortunate thing is now, how do I get back? Trees and water abound in Troia. Shoo! Go on your own place. You want to join us? Go put on some trunks. Nope. Of course, if you can't tell, that's naming me. No, I'm not going to talk to him again. Have you heard of the twin wool harp? Or did I heard you can transmit your voice really far? I don't know what that was, so don't ask me. Oh, it was diet food. Okay, yeah, no. See, diet food is not that useful. Found illusion. I didn't even know that was going to happen. I didn't even push anything. It just made me pick it up. It's weird. Some people prefer to come back here and explore this place. I prefer to explore it early as possible. As soon as I get out of this water, I'm going to end the video. And then we're going to finish up this town, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the castle. After I figure out how to get a chocobo again. And that, of course, I mean right here. As soon as I do this, I'll be right back after these messages. Okay, well, actually, I decided to put it safe state just in case I screwed up, because I'm not sure. Because in this, I'm not really used to this version. I'm basically more I've been out before in any other version, but hell of it is trying to figure out where a chocobo is, and I don't think there is one here. Either way, I'll see you in the next episode of DaBLackKing Plays Final Fantasy IV.